predators have come by, it's been fun to see families together see this and feel like they're being captured from Maricopa.
What does it mean to you to have this gorgeous public artwork up in your city?
Just the world. I'm so excited. I'm excited to have seeing the 9 other pieces that are going to be out there, just to see what everybody has and everybody's unique fingerprint and art, and seeing what they're going to come up with. I'm just excited to see more of this throughout the city, because I think it just really brings out the community to life.
It does. It does. Thank you so much for being a part of our public art initiative here in the city of Maricopa. Thank you so much for gifting our community with your talents. It's beautiful and something that people can really enjoy and last a really long time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to the program where the questions are answers and the answers don't stop. It's Maricopa's favorite game show, Permit or Not. I'm your host, Luis Vila, and I'd like to remind our viewers today that if you have any questions regarding any of the categories today, please leave them in the comments below. Now let's take a look at the board. The categories today are city services, do I need a permit for that? What's being developed? City events, library, and roads. Bob, why don't you lead things off for us?
Thank you, Luis. I'll take do I need a permit for that for 200?
I would like to pour a slab of concrete in my backyard. Do I need a permit for that?
What is no?
That is correct. Slabs or pavers in your backyard are up to the owner's discretion. However, any work being done in the front yard, you'll need to contact your HOA.
I'll take permits for 600.
My pool needs to be drained. Do I need a permit for that? Yes. I mean, what is yes?
What is no?
That is correct. Pro tip, if you're looking to drain the water in your pool, you'll find 2 black water conduits in the front of your home. One of them leads directly to sewage. Plug it in and you're ready to begin draining. However, you'll need to contact Global Water first, as the pool water needs to be of a specific pH level before you can begin the draining. So that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to tune in next time to Permit or Not, and until then, feel free to visit www.maricopa-az.gov for all of your questions regarding city events, permits, and more. Or leave us a comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you.
Hey there, Maricopa. This is Maria Poor. I am one of the Cultural Affairs and Arts Committee members for the City of Maricopa. And here today we have one of our local artists creating one of the beautiful signal box portraits. I'm here today with artist Veronica Lichtenstein, who created this beautiful mural. Veronica, what does this represent for you?
This is, when I was thinking about Maricopa and the kind of box I would want to paint, I just started to think about like what's one of the main activities that like people in my neighborhood do, and me and my daughter go bike riding all the time, especially around Halloween and Christmas time, to look at all the displays and just enjoy the weather during that season. So I wanted to make a mural of a joyful bike ride, and that's what it is. It's a blissful joyride. This is part of our Super Bloom, and this is actually this street on Honeycutt, which was just like a month ago, was all blown up with these yellow trees and the green pieces out there. So it's just one of my favorites because it reminds me of the amount of fun times we had together going bike riding every night.
And this piece directly represents you and your family life and your family together. Describe that for us.
Absolutely. Like we love going on bike rides and going around the neighborhoods. We love getting picnics. We'll pick up Chipotle and then we'll just, find a spot under a tree and just hang out. And it's one of those things where she'll want to do it every night and she gets to talk about the end of her day and open up, and it's just a really fun event for us to do. And I think as I've been doing this piece and bike riders have come by, it's been fun to see families together see this and feel like they're being captured from Maricopa.
What does it mean to you to have this gorgeous public artwork up in your city?
Just the world. I'm so excited. I'm excited to have seeing the 9 other pieces that are going to be out there, just to see what everybody has and everybody's unique fingerprint and art, and seeing what they're going to come up with. I'm just excited to see more of this throughout the city because I think it just really brings out the community to life.
It does. Thank you so much for being a part of our public art initiative here in the city of Maricopa. Thank you so much for gifting our community with your talents. It's beautiful and something that people can really enjoy and last a really long time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to the program where the questions are answers and the answers don't stop. It's Maricopa's favorite game show, Permit or Not. I'm your host, Luis Vila, and I'd like to remind our viewers today that if you have any questions regarding any of the categories today, please leave them in the comments below. Now let's take a look at the board. The categories today are City Services, do I need a permit for that? What's being developed? City Events, Library, and Roads. Bob, why don't you lead things off for us?
Thank you, Luis. I'll take do I need a permit for that for 200?
I would like to pour a slab of concrete in my backyard. Do I need a permit for that?
What is no?
That is correct. Slabs or pavers in your backyard are up to the owner's discretion. However, any work being done in the front yard, you'll need to contact your HOA.
I'll take permits for 600.
My pool needs to be drained. Do I need a permit for that? Yes. I mean, what is yes?
What is no?
That is correct. Pro tip, if you're looking to drain the water in your pool, you'll find 2 black water conduits in the front of your home. One of them leads directly to sewage. Plug it in and you're ready to begin draining. However, you'll need to contact Global Water first, as the pool water needs to be of a specific pH level before you can begin the draining. So that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to tune in next time to Permit or Not, and until then, feel free to visit www.maricopa-az.gov for all of your questions regarding city events, permits, and more. Or leave us a comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you.
I'd like to call the meeting of the City of Maricopa Planning and Zoning Commission to order. We'll have invocation by Commissioner Yocum, and we'll have a pledge of allegiance by Commissioner Singleton.
Holy Father, bless this commission and the work that it is about to perform tonight. Let us make our reasonable and well-thought decisions. Bless all of our men and women in uniform around the world, and also let's strive to help maintain and secure peace around the world. Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen. That'll take us to roll call.
Commissioner Bruns. Here. Commissioner Juarez. Here. Vice Chair Singleton.
Here.
Chair Robertson.
Here.
Commissioner Irving. Commissioner Yocum.
Here.
Commissioner Hughes.
Here.
Chair Robertson, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Takes us to item number 3, call to the public. If you wish to speak, please complete a speaker card and submit it to the chairman prior to the start of the meeting. The procedures to follow if you address the commission are: Commission requests that you express your ideas in 3 minutes or less and refrain from any personal attacks or derogatory comments or statements about any city employee, fellow citizen, or anyone else, whether in the audience or not. The chairman will limit the discussion whenever he deems such action appropriate for proper conduct of the meeting. Do we have anybody who would like to address the commission at this time? Seeing none, we'll close the call to the public. Takes us to item number 4, the minutes. If we could have any changes or corrections or discussion about the minutes. We have a motion to approve the minutes from January 22nd.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion is approved. Next item, the regular agenda, DRP 2314. The Planning Commission update, the Major Development Review Permit case number DRP 23-14, Duke's Roadhouse, a request by the Tomcac, whatever, Design PC for review of site, floor, elevation, landscape, photometric plans for proposed restaurant development on approximately 2.58 acres of land within Pinal County, parcel number 510280170 within the city of Maricopa, generally located in the northeast corner of West Edwards Road and North Maricopa Road. This will be discussion only. We'll have a presentation from staff. Take it away, Derek.
Thank you, Chairman Robertson, members of the Commission. Derek Shearer with the Planning Division of Development Services, here to present DRP 23-14 for Duke's Roadhouse. The applicant is Mark Tomachek of Tomachek Design PC. The site is located at the northeast corner of West Edwards Avenue and North Maricopa Road, highlighted in yellow on the vicinity map there. The site is approximately 2.58 acres. This is a review of the site, floor, landscape, elevation, and photometric plans for a proposed restaurant. Formerly, A1 Pawn Shop used to be housed in the building. It's currently going under demolition, renovation, in anticipation of this DRP and conversion into a restaurant. The restaurant is going to be called Duke's Roadhouse. It's a 2-story building, approximately 7,800 square feet under roof for the 2 stories. The Duke's Roadhouse portion is going to be on the first floor of the building, as you can see on the site plan that you have up on the screen right now. With that floor plan, there's approximately 5,150 square feet of restaurant floor area. There will be enclosed patio seating on the north and south sides of the building. I know it's a little hard, but where I'm showing right there and right there, adjacent to the ADA parking, that'll be enclosed patio seating, and then on the north side as well. The remainder of the building is going to be developed at a later date. It will be somewhat incorporated into the restaurant. If you can think of the building, The second floor back of it has offices currently. Those may be converted into possible hotel space for bands and other venues that come to the restaurant. It's going to have a stage, be a restaurant bar with live music. Currently, on the site plans that we have, this is the first submittal. We have about 116 parking spaces, both on-site and slightly off-site to the south. Through the redevelopment of the site, the applicant, in conjunction with the city, will be extending West Edwards Avenue from North Maricopa Road at the cul-de-sac, south of the site, continuing it to right about here is the edge of where the 347 overpass, and then Edwards Avenue will connect over to the South Bridge project, the Lowe's project. Currently, that is still being figured out with our city engineer on the parameters of what that road will consist of, the right-of-way width. The parking on the south side will be for the restaurant. It will be part of the property will be owned by the applicant. It will be slightly off-site parking, which is a little unusual, but not uncommon elsewhere in the state and in the valley. Here we can see a color rendering for the proposed landscape plan. As you can see, it's visualized much better in color, but there is a significant amount of landscaped area around the building that'll be developed through this renovation. There will be, as we can see here, retention basins on the east, on the southwest, and on the northeast. Right here at the very top, that is the proposed pedestrian bridge across the Union Pacific Railroad tracks. City staff is working with the developer in coordinating development of this area here that is just in front of the proposed Dukes. This is going to be somewhat of a pedestrian plaza at the foot of the pedestrian bridge. There will be an exit for the parking coming out, and it'll go across that pedestrian plaza until it connects into the cul-de-sac of North Maricopa Road there. And that's all being worked out as this is going through the development review process. And here we can see the site plan overlaid on the existing aerial of the site, kind of give a little more context to see how everything is fitting on the site. It is a rather untraditional triangular shaped site, so the applicant has done a very good job in trying to squeeze in all of this parking, the landscaping, and the drainage that is needed for redevelopment of the site to the level of the proposed restaurant. Here we have some architectural elevations, renderings of the renovation. The elevations are pretty much locked in from what the applicant has conveyed. City staff is supportive of the elevations. We like them quite a bit, including the elevated sign on the roof, following sort of an old 40s or 50s motif of that illuminated sign above the roof line. What you see here on the top, that is looking from the south northward. The bottom left, that is the back of the building, so that faces the overpass. And on the bottom right, that is what faces the cul-de-sac of North Maricopa Road. And here we see from the north looking south. As you can see on the front area, right now this is an extended awning in the front of the A1 pond that is being enclosed. It's going to have these roll-up doors to give sort of a breezeway access to it, and what you see right there with that low fencing, that is the enclosed patio area. So they'll be able to come down, like shutters come down and close it when it's inclement weather, or opened up when it's nice weather outside. The overall design of the project is compatible with the commercial development of the area and is going to increase the effectiveness of the North Maricopa Road corridor from the pedestrian bridge southward to the hospital. There's currently lots of plans for that redevelopment. The proposal is appropriate for the function of the project site and is going to provide connectivity with existing and proposed developments. as I noted, the extension of Edwards Avenue and connection underneath the overpass to the commercial area that's being developed as South Bridge. The elevations and color combinations appear well integrated and complementary, and prior to approval, the proposal will meet all requirements outlined in the zoning ordinance. Notification letters were sent to property owners within 600 feet on January 30th, notifying of this meeting. A sign was posted at the site on the same day, and then we're here today, February 26th, to have our review of this. Staff has not received a comment on the proposal from the public.
Thank you, Derek. Comments or questions from the commission? Commissioner Hughes?
Yeah, thank you. Just a couple of questions. Are there any churches within that 600 feet by there?
No, not that I am
Not
aware
yet,
of, but I'll
okay.
double check that.
In residential area, how close is the first house to this area?
If I can go back to the aerial, that'll help show it a little better. Okay, the closest residential that you'll find is to the northwest on, on Edwards Avenue. Here we have a little housing development, the Picanal Housing Authority right here. I would give a guesstimate of that distance being over 500 feet, probably over 600 feet.
So there is a residence within 500 feet, is that what you're saying?
I don't believe there is, not.
Oh, okay. What is the building there? It's just, is that a home, I believe? I don't know.
Just south of the property?
Yeah,
That is a towing yard and
directly
foundry.
to the side, whatever. Is it?
If you can see where I'm pointing up on the screen, is that where?
Yeah, right
you're
there.
looking to?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a tow yard and an old foundry. There is residence across the railroad tracks, across
Oh,
John Wayne
okay.
Parkway
That's
over
fine.
here, but
Yeah,
rather
okay.
separated.
Thank you.
Commissioner Yocum?
Yeah, I took a drive by there, and I know that Bo's Nose Auto Shop is right across the street, and there's other commercial in that particular general area. If you keep looking, you have the high school, which is there, and their athletic fields. From my personal perspective, considering they're going to have bands and live music, that can get kind of loud sometimes, but I think this is just about as ideal a location as you could have for that type of usage of the property. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I would just,
Commissioner Ward?
Chairman, if I could just pop in real quick. The nearest residential unit is 770 feet away. And then with respect to noise, city does have a noise ordinance, and a nuisance ordinance that would, govern that as well. If they had an outdoor, band or a guitar player or something like that, they would still have to meet the requirements of the noise ordinance.
Well, I know Scottsdale has band ordinances, most communities do, but they also have homes and other entities that might be negatively influenced by the music, and we're really not flirting with any of that with this location, as I see it.
I would concur with that opinion, Commissioner Yocum.
Commissioner Juarez?
Yeah, the only question I had, Derek, was we spoke about like a pedestrian bridge that's going to go over the railroad tracks. Are we anticipating having that done and installed by the time Dukes opens it up, or is that going to be something in the future that comes?
I couldn't speak to the timing of both projects. I know Dukes is looking to move forward rather fast. Rick, is construction to start on the pedestrian bridge?
I know that the Chairman, Commissioners, design is done on it. Whether it's fully funded as a CIP project,
Okay.
I don't believe so at this point. I know it's in the very near future, but I think it's a safe assumption that Dukes will be completed prior to the pedestrian bridge being completed. Dukes has already started with an interior tenant improvement and a demo, so they're moving quickly.
Yeah, my only question was, is one dependent upon the other, or did they both have to be done at the same time? Was there a need to have that bridge in place for Dukes to open up?
No, I don't believe they're separate from each other and not dependent on each other.
Okay, I'm good.
Commissioner Singleton.
Yeah, so I just have a question on the Edwards Road, I guess, extension. Did you mention that was in conjunction with the CIP project between the builder or the developer and the city?
Yes, not in conjunction with the pedestrian bridge, but
Right.
just for the development.
And is that just going to stop halfway under the bridge until, I guess, the commercial development on the east side?
No, Chairman, members of the commission, if you can remember when Lowe's came in and when the Rainsman Commons Waterman Butterfield project, their emergency access was to continue under the overpass. This
Right.
is part of that. This project is only responsible, just like every other project, for the half-street improvement in front of their property. When you go under the overpass, that's not in front of their property, so then that'll be picked up by the city, and then behind the Lowe's and everything like that, those developments will be developing their properties that'll have the access that it's not going to be Edwards Avenue going behind Lowe's, but it's going to be that access for emergency access for the Lowe's for the Rainsman Commons.
Yeah, I was just asking, since you said Dukes is wanting to get moving, it's probably going to be done before Lowe's, breaks around and stuff like that. So I was just curious. Thank you.
Commissioner Brem.
A quick question. On Exhibit F, the site lighting plan, and it could just be the print off that I have, I don't see any of the lighting for the parking lot that's south of Edwards Avenue. It seems to be cut off with maybe some of the document itself.
Welcome to the commission, Commissioner Brems. First time meeting you. Yes, that has not been included yet. This is the first review. There's a lot of comments that the city has provided to the applicant that they'll have to address on their resubmittals. For the DRPs, we bring them to the commission at first submittal so the commission can take a look at it and provide comments right off the bat rather than at the end when all city agencies have checked off and approved everything and it's ready for approval. We did this about sometime last year we started doing this. That way we get this input from the commission up front and we can convey that to the applicants.
Awesome, thank you.
Any other comments? I have a couple, Derek. On the West Edwards Road extension that's been discussed, looking at the view you have up right now, that's the road to the bottom of the screen, correct? They're going to be responsible for half of that construction and the city's going to work on the other half simultaneously. So when the business opens, that portion of the road will be complete?
That is my understanding, Chairman. However, I don't know the full details on how that's being done, whether the applicant will be putting cash in lieu and then the city will be developing it all the way. I don't believe it's going to be Dukes develops the half-street improvement on the north side and then the city develops the south side. I think it's being done as one full project.
Okay.
But I don't know those full details.
That was my point. And it'll probably stop just at that property line because the rest of the road is another project.
Correct.
Okay. Just an assumption on my part, being a public venue with public gathering, it'll be fully fire sprinklered.
Yes, it will be.
Okay. And of course, we're in a heritage district, so there's always a little bit of concern about the ability to deliver the required water. Just mark that on your back of your head to keep an eye on that as we move forward.
Yes, Chairman. This has gone out for a technical advisory committee review. This is the Maricopa Domestic District here. Right. They've chimed in on the TAC review and said that they can provide here.
Okay. It's not that big of a structure, but always want to keep that on the front burner. Any further comments? Well, with no further comments, we'll close that discussion. That brings us to the end of our agenda. We'll have a report from staff.
Chairman Robertson, Commissioners, thank you very much. Just a couple of things to note. We will be having 2 meetings next month. So I believe it's the 13th and the 26th. Don't quote me on the dates, but I think that's what they are. With the second meeting in March will be the quarterly TAC meeting next month as well. So you'll be seeing 2 agendas on that. Other than that, I really don't have anything additional to, I've got some irons in the fire right now that I'm trying to put together for y'all. I'll wait till I have something concrete, but I think hopefully by the next meeting we can lay out kind of a calendar of upcoming study sessions that I think are going to be really beneficial to the group, to the public, and even to my staff and myself. So we look forward to bringing those to you. Still would like to meet with each of you individually or maybe as a group at a time so we don't have to do it. Got to meet with the chair and a couple of commissioners today. That was really good and good discussion. So I'll be setting that up in the next week or 2 as well. And we'll probably grab 3 more of you guys for the next meeting, and bring you in early. I'll send you out a little agenda beforehand, and so we can just have an open discussion on how we're doing, how to make things better, and where we go in the future. Other than that, that concludes my reports from staff. Thank you for the time, and I'll turn it back over to you, sir.
Commissioners, any final comments or questions for staff?
Just one question. We keep talking about, and yet I don't know that anything concrete has been decided as to when this commission is going to meet with City Council. When is this commission going to be meeting with City Council? We've been trying to do this for pushing 3 years now.
Chairman, Commissioner Yoakum, I wasn't aware that we were trying to arrange that. I certainly have made no attempt to do that. I know that we made some changes to the commission duties and functions back in April of last year. And I thought we had essentially addressed those concerns. So if there's something additional that we're not addressing or need to address, Commissioner Yoakum, feel free to send me an email.
Okay.
It was a discussion early on when I first came on the commission that there might be some kind of a joint meeting just to understand a few things. If it's necessary, we should do it. If it's not necessary and we can do it another way, I'm fine with that. Just for clarification, guys, commissioners, the study sessions that Rick's talking about, we'd like to bring in department heads from the engineering department to talk about traffic analysis, how they work, why they work, what they're for. Maybe somebody else from different departments or maybe the fire department to talk about their role behind the scenes before items reach us, what they do, help us understand. So it's an educational process both for us and the public because it'll take place at a public meeting. So looking forward to that. Commissioner Hughes.
I suggest you put a turn in at the intersection like that.
I like that. Any further comments? Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.